And in the second fight of the night, we got a intriguing matchup here in the bantamweight division between the returning Cody Stamann, who's a former top 10 guy, now 34 years old, coming off a year plus long layoff, and he hasn't been winning a lot of fights recently, trying to kind of restart his career, taking on Taylor Lapilus, who's in his second stint with the UFC. He got cut, had a pretty long regional run, and then came back recently and has gone 1-1 since coming back. Got that win over Callan Lawfrain and then lost his last fight. So he has to come back and get a victory here as well, coming off that loss to Basharat. And man, I feel like similar matchup to the matchup that Lapilus had with Callan Lawfrain, but probably a superior wrestler and someone that has a little bit better hands. But it's going to be the same look, and it's going to be the same game plan, I feel like, for Lapilus, where for Lapilus, I think in this fight, he's going to be trying to control the center of the cage. I don't think he wants to get backed up, even though that's one thing I don't really like about Lapilus, is it seems like he likes to kind of let himself get backed up right to the fence, kind of run around the edge of the octagon. But if he can keep the center and use that reach and just kind of snipe Cody Stamann as he comes in, deny the takedown attempts, get back up quick if he's taken down, then obviously it's going to be a long night for Cody Stamann, and Lapilus is going to be able to do what he does and kind of snipe his way to victory. But for Stamann, he needs to get a takedown early. I feel like that's going to be very pivotal in the fight, or at least get Lapilus back up against the cage and control him a little bit, because if he's struggling to close that distance early and get the takedown, I think Lapilus is going to get a little bit more comfortable, you know what I mean, and be able to start to get in his rhythm, get the range, and then it's going to be a lot harder for Cody to get the takedowns going later when they're both sweaty, he's a little bit more tired. So Stamann, I think he's going to have to go out there and get a takedown early or get some control time against the cage, and if he could do that, then his hands aren't as bad as people give him slack for, man. I mean, the guy has decent boxing, he has okay power, and I feel like Lapilus, a lot of single shots, and he is going to be the smoother striker, but it's going to play out close, because Lapilus isn't someone that's really, in my opinion, ever going to pull away and be dominant with somebody. Lapilus isn't someone that is a big knockout threat. He usually wins most of his fights via decision. And Cody Stamann is a guy that's very durable, tough guy. So unless Stamann is just coming back for a paycheck, which seems like he's in good shape, like he's ready to go, and I don't think that's the case, then I think that he's going to be a live underdog here. It's just you're going to have to see how he looks in that first round. If he's struggling to find the distance, looks a little slow, the ring rust is kind of hitting him, the age is hitting him, then I don't think it's going to be Stamann's night. But if Stamann goes out there and gets a lot of control time in that first round, I think it could play out a lot closer than the line indicates, and maybe you can get in there and get a live bet in there, in the middle of the round when you see Cody start controlling him or something, and get a good number. So it's a tough fight to predict. At this moment, just pure prediction, I'm going to go with Lapilus via decision. I just feel like recently, and people have been seeing it, the judges haven't been rewarding a lot control time at all or takedowns, and I think it could be one of these fights where Stamann has a lot of control, Lapilus lands some flashy strikes and it negates all that control, and they give the round to Lapilus. So I'm going with Lapilus via decision, but I don't think he's really going to justify the line, and I feel like Stamann definitely could come in here and get the upset. But as an official prediction, I'll say Taylor Lapilus.